All right. Go!
New Japan. New Warrior now.
This Parks.
Microphone check 1, 2. What is this?
New Japan. New Warrior now.
Parks on the boards.
Yes.
Where would you gentlemen like to begin today? Your favorite Hove album? Line that most impacted your life?
Is that where y'all want to go?
No, nigga.
Oh,
Okay. At least not right
Well,
now.
I've always felt American Gangster aged really well.
aged like wine. We do need to talk about the current state of hip hop, though.
That's where we're at?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, we coming in hot? I'm coming in hot. I'm in.
because it's a real thing.
Was you talking to the young boys? What happened?
Just talking in general, man.
I'm so desensitized because there's so much happened in the last few days.
I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
I think that we are desensitized. I think that it feels normal to wake up to news of rappers being either killed or under federal indictment, and that's an issue. You know what I mean? Like that's a real issue. I just don't know when these rappers are gonna get it, when they're gonna understand what's happening, what's going on. But it's something that needs to be talked about. It's something that needs to be addressed because there is clearly something going on with the hip hop culture where, you know, all these federal indictments keep coming down, all these killings keep happening. Yeah. And it's like, you know, we scroll and we talk about it for a day and then the next day is business as usual. Everybody forgets about it.
Well, let's tell people what you're talking about and why that conversation is relevant today. I mean, it's been relevant, but even more relevant today. The first news that broke was Casanova, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, did I tell people to subscribe?
Well, subscribe.
Subscribe.
I didn't, right?
Shout out Cash App. Thank you, Cash App.
Subscribe down the icon ad here.
And hit the bell for what the bell does.
And get you a Cash App.
Yeah, and download Cash App.
And buy our capsule merch line.
Big
It's
roars.
sold out.
You can't get the Big Roar t-shirt anymore.
Sold out?
Come
Damn,
on.
I was gonna get one too.
The fans keep asking why you and Rory are the flyest dudes ever, and y'all don't do our merch. But hey,
I've only said 10,000
All
times,
I
hey,
say
Maul
to-
should do our merch.
all I say to them in the great words of Lex is ta-da! Back to Casanova and why Maul thinks that hip hop is being targeted yet again, right? Let's see. Casanova is not charged in the slaying, but faces 1 count each of conspiracy to commit racketeering, conspiracy to distribute controlled substances, and a gun possession charge. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office of the Southern District of New York in Manhattan, Casanova, 34, surrendered to the NYPD around 11:15 Wednesday. Blah, blah, blah. He pleaded not guilty to the charges. Now, I'm getting this from Daily News, by the way. He pleaded not guilty to the charges Thursday and is in custody while a bail proposal is being prepared. And that's what we got. Accused of that's what we got there. The report came out, said that he was on the run. I always think it's funny when that report comes out on the internet, but I understand it. And he turned himself in.
Yeah.
That's all we got.
And that's the information that we have on that. But I do understand your sentiment. I saw a lot of that going around.
Yeah, I mean, but it's you know, I feel like, you know, entertainers and artists, they make it easy for shit like this to happen. You know what I mean? Like you can't have
Well, Cass says he's innocent, by the way.
Yeah, no, not I'm not speaking, you know,
Directly
to his situation. I'm just saying in general. You can't have 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the game. Like if you're an artist, entertainer, you know, I know the situations that a lot of us come from, coming up in the streets, in the hood. We got to do what we got to do to eat. But when you find your strength in artistry and you now are a business and people are invested in you financially, you got to leave those things alone. You can't have people around you that's involved in that because all of that falls on you. You know what I mean? And they're going to find a way to wrap you up in that bullshit. They're going to find a way to, you know, put your name in the middle of it. And it's just not worth it. It's really not worth it. And it's clear as day. I mean, all these phones, these cameras, and we've seen this story over and over again where rappers get arrested and then, you know, years later, more rappers get arrested. It's like...
But you think this is just happening because dudes are street dudes? Or because dudes don't fully commit to music when the opportunity presents itself? Like, why do you think?
I think it's
Or is it affiliations?
I think, yeah, it's affiliations. It's, you know, you have friends from these, you know, these neighborhoods and in the blocks you grew up on and the communities. And, you know, if you make it as an artist or an athlete or whatever, you don't want to leave certain people behind. You still hang out with certain people. But it's important that, you know, you talk to these people like, look, if y'all love me and y'all fuck with me the way y'all say y'all do, we can't be involved with none of this shit.
But
we got to find another way. We have to.
I'm going to, listen, if there were one of the street rappers that I would have assumed to know all of this, or not even assume, I would have thought to know all of this, it would be Casanova. Probably because we've spoken and he said to me, both before his deal and after he got his deal, that he very clearly understood that this was his shot.
Right.
And he was very open and adamant about not wanting to blow that by behaving like his record says, or being quick-tempered, or being in the street. He was clear, crystal clear on that.
Right.
So it's just like I came here and said when Benny got shot, it's like, damn, man, like some of these niggas, we just assumed them to know already. So I mean, what happens when it happens anyway?
Well, because some
Like,
of
and
these
I
charges,
can't just say that it's because of affiliations and where niggas is from and so forth and so on. Like, I don't know how any of the rappers are getting paid right now.
I thought that I read that somewhere, and maybe I'm wrong, that some of these charges have been being worked on for like a decade or something like that.
Yeah, a lot of these charges are going back 9-10 years.
Which would be before he was even active musically. On a
I don't
global
know
scale,
that
at
to be
least.
true, but that sounds like it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know the feds to come snoop around for 4 months.
No, of course. This is a long, ongoing investigation that the feds have been doing.
So I'm just saying it's hard to say, yo, man, once you get some shit moving, leave that shit alone if the shit that they're bringing up is from before you got shit moving.
And I understand
I want to talk to the rappers that are actively committing fraud and scams because money is tight and money is low. And the whole music industry is damn near closed. The record labels are closed, but the A&Rs are on Chatty House every day acting like they got jobs still. Like, shit is fucked up for people out here.
Yeah.
And the different arenas that affects, like, and God forbid, this probably won't be the last of this style case. Well, shit, a few days later, the Herbo shit happened.
Right.
Where the feds came and swooped him, said he's been buying puppies and jets and trips and villas and all types of shit on fraud. Herbo also turned himself in. Herbo, who was named this week to Forbes 30 Under 30, which we'll get to later, Antonio Strong, a Chicago music promoter and manager, and several associates were charged in federal court in Massachusetts with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and identity theft. Boy, that used to be my bag, allegedly. So I understand. I get it. Strong, whom a judge called the ringleader of the $1.5 million fraud scheme, also faces a wire fraud charge. I'm assuming that he's going to plead not guilty. He turned himself in, and we'll see where both of these cases land these gentlemen. Yeah. But it doesn't feel good to read, and I empathize with my brothers and my peers. I do.
Hell yeah.
I don't have any information as to whether they did it or not, but I know shit is fucked up out here, and this probably won't be the last.
Yeah, it is fucked up. You know what I mean? But again, you can't put yourself in the position to lose it all. You know what I mean? And I understand, like, a lot of dudes is trying to find different ways to make money. They hustling.
Well, how do you do it?
That's just our nature.
But how do you do it?
You know.
How do you do it? I can't tell somebody. I gotta try to be solution based. Like, I can't fret over all the wrong that's happening without trying to come up with some way to resolve. How do you do it? I see niggas. Listen, we come here and joke sometimes, but I see niggas making their way to the little pockets that's open where there's people and there's shows and there's we got to do something.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But putting yourself in the middle of a federal investigation and doing shit like that's gonna have you sitting in jail for years that's definitely not the go-to.
And niggas don't know the feds is looking at them.
Well, I think Cass's case is much different to what you're saying. Because Corona has been happened for 8 months. This seems like something that's been going on for quite some time. No, but I do understand that money is low for everybody. So you got to do what you got to do.
If you're doing wire fraud and you're doing identity theft and shit like that, please believe the feds will catch it. They will. It's only a matter of time. They're gonna catch it.
Tough crime to get away with.
Yeah, like they're gonna catch it. There's way too much paper trail. There's way too much shit just lying around. Y'all not gonna miss it. Y'all not gonna cover every corner. Like they're gonna catch it, and it's only a matter of time before they come knocking. And when they do, we all know that the feds, when they come get you, they already have the case solved. It's over with. So now it's just a game of cooperation or go sit down for 10 years. And nobody wants to do that.
Right.
So
Either one.
it's just that they seem to be targeting the hip hop culture is all I'm saying.
That's been the case for a long time.
I was going to say,
hip-hop
yeah,
police.
cops have always, outside of who they target as is, rappers, that's like a trophy for them.
Because we make it easy. Everybody's posting everything. Everybody's, recording everything now, posting it on social media.
Yeah.
They don't even have to leave the offices anymore. They could just sit down and follow you on social media and they know exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? You can't fool the system. You can't trick the system. You can't. It works for a couple years, but then they come knocking and it's like all for what? It's all over with. Mm-hmm. And it's just unfortunate because a lot of these dudes have real talent and they have a real opportunity.
And they have families and kids and parents.
Exactly.
And people that care about them. Like, boy, it was difficult for me to read Jazzy's, Swaggy Jazzy's post of saying goodbye or Cass turning himself in, like, and her saying she's going to hold it down. I empathize.
It's rough, man. It's rough, and I don't have the answers. I don't know, but I do know that the shit that we've been doing and it's not working. We got to find a different way to create a steady income. The world is fucked up right now. We know that. There's no shows. A lot of these rappers depend on these shows. It's hard to put out music because you're like, well, damn, I'm not gonna be able to perform this.
Right.
So I understand it, but you don't want to sit in prison.
Also, think it's important to note while we're on this that Young M.A. was also arrested for reckless driving.
Oh, was she? I didn't see that.
Something like.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. It's...
Oh, I was going to bring up Young M.A. being on Clubhouse and it being over for you trying to bag chicks now, but I didn't know this happened. Young M.A. was different on my list.
Oh yeah, well she's not facing any serious charges. I hope.
No.
Okay.
She'll be fine.